If manifestation feels like something you have to constantly think about, fix, or figure out, then it obviously hasn't become automatic yet. The manifestation community is full of people who heard advice from somebody else, but don't actually know why this works. You learn another technique, you hear a different perspective, but you're still searching. So in this video, I want to end that cycle and show you how to make manifestation so simple and natural that you don't ever have to think about that anymore. So with all that being said, let's get into the video. If you're having trouble getting consistent results, I have a 4-week roadmap that shows you how to become somebody who manifests consistently. Plus, you'll get direct one-on-one coaching with me whenever you need help or guidance. If you want to go tap into that, link in description. So the first thing we're gonna talk about is manifestation gets hard when you're trying too hard. This manifestation becomes way harder when you feel like it's something you have to constantly manage. Now you're hyper focused on if you're doing something right or wrong. You're walking on eggshells with yourself, bro. At this point, you're putting more attention and focus on whether you're doing something right instead of actually being the version of yourself that has what you want. You gotta realize, in order to manifest something, you have to be the person that already has what you want. So if you're too busy checking reality, seeing if what you're doing is providing you a result, or you're wondering if you're doing the technique right, then you're practicing the same identity that doesn't know what the fuck they're doing and that doesn't have what they want. Really think about that shit, really understand that shit. When you just sit back and relax and know and have conviction that what you're doing is going to get you to where you need to be, then you just chill, right? Your reality is always working in your favor. Your universe is always working in your fucking favor, bro. Trust and believe that shit. Because nobody else is going to trust and believe that shit for you. Stop looking at manifestation as something that you have to excel at or you have to get better at. You're already doing this shit on autopilot. We as coaches or whatever, I don't even like calling myself a fucking coach, but we as people who talk about manifestation are just making you more aware of what you already do. So when you're aware of that shit, you can consciously control it, not micromanage. Those are two different fucking things. When you expect something to happen, then you chill, you relax, you be in the present moment. And I'm gonna get into expectation in this next talking point. But expectation is really the key, right? Conviction and belief in self is really the only thing you need to manifest what you want, because you are now the person that has what you want, right? You got to stop looking at time as something that's definitive truth in your reality. Your 3D reality is just a delayed reflection of what you possess inside, of who you are inside, right? This time shit is a third dimensional construct. You are not confined by the laws of time. You're a 4D fucking being, bro. You are not from this realm. This body is not yours, but your consciousness and awareness is yours. So if your consciousness and your awareness is the only thing you own in this motherfucker, what do you think you need to fucking change? Your perception. Your perception is going to make you move differently. Your perception is what's going to make you in alignment to the version of yourself that has what you want. Your perception changes your beliefs. Your beliefs changes your actions. And your actions changes what? Your fucking reality. Really think about that shit. Understand that, gang. So the second thing we're going to talk about is wanting, believing, and expecting are not the same thing. There's a clear difference between wanting something, believing something is possible, and expecting something to happen. Wanting acknowledges the desire. Believing means you have accepted that it could happen, but conviction means you know it's going to happen. That inner knowing is going to make you in alignment to what you want. That anticipation is you accepting that it is going to happen. Psychologically and biologically, when you anticipate something to happen, your nervous system is preparing yourself as the awareness to experience that thing. So imagine somebody finna punch you, right? You gonna brace for impact because you know they finna fucking punch you. You can physically see that you about to get your shit rocked. So you gonna brace for impact. A lot of y'all niggas are bracing for shit to go wrong. So you micromanage the process of manifestation, when manifestation is just an umbrella term of you developing your fucking self. My nigga, understand that shit. Manifestation, again, ain't something you need to excel at or get better. You're already a god at that shit, nigga. Understand that shit, nigga. You need to anticipate that what you want is already done, because it is. Yeah, you can physically see that time moving by, but since you're a fourth dimensional fucking being, you have already experienced all this shit. You are just viewing this now moment in the timeline, gang. To your consciousness, all this shit has already happened. When niggas talk about parallel universes and timelines, Your consciousness, when you visualize, your consciousness is tapping into that version of yourself that already did that shit. Why do you think you are desiring that thing? Because you have done it already. So the third thing we're going to talk about is you don't necessarily get what you want. You get what you move towards. So I don't understand why all of these coaches and shit be telling y'all these techniques from the perspective that you can just sit back and not do anything. Yeah, there is some people that can just sit back and not do nothing and get what they want, but that is a very select few. And 9 times out of 10, the real shit in life that matter, you have to do some sort of action for it. This is why inspire action and align intuitive nudges are a very important part of this entire process. Because you have to fucking do shit in the third dimension, my nigga. You exist on a mental, spiritual, and physical plane. So if you think you can manifest what you want by completely negating the third aspect of this entire reality, you're done. You're fucking fried. You need to be in alignment on the mental, spiritual, and physical, my nigga. The mental is I am. The spiritual is I do. And the physical is I have, right? If I'm in alignment on the mental plane, that means I am the fucking change. That's going to lead to my spiritual essence, nigga, my aura, my spirit, that I do, right? So if I am somebody, then I do those things because I am somebody. And because I am that person, then I just have that shit. Now, genuinely ask yourself this question, bro. Is what you want what you truly expect to happen? Really think about that shit. A lot of times, people want some shit, but expect something totally different to happen. Then they get surprised when the complete opposite situation happened to them. Why? You are, again, embracing and preparing for the complete opposite shit to go wrong, to happen to you. Why? Your perception is what creates this entire reality. Desire tells you what reality you prefer, but expectation tells reality what you are preparing for. So reality, being a good little boy, is going to give you what you fucking prepare for, my nigga. Not what you want, not what you dwell on all the time. Yeah, you can dwell on having more money all the time, but are you actually being the individual that has the fucking bread? Genuinely ask yourself that question. Because if you are, you wouldn't be surprised that you don't have the bread now. You will eventually get your fucking money that you're looking for. Making manifestation easy is when desire and expectation are pointing in the same fucking direction. I can't want something, but expect something totally different to happen. Why? Why am I surprised? When I'm telling you this shit right now, and now you thinking to yourself like, damn, I can see why he's saying that. I can see in the past where I expected something to happen, but I wanted something completely different. But my expectation was always proved right. Why? Because it's you. It's your entire reality is a reflection of you, nigga. And what your nervous system has prepared for. What you as the consciousness has prepared for. So this going to lead us into talking point number 4, bro. Stop allowing circumstances to constantly rewrite your expectations. You got to realize and understand that this third dimension is a delayed indicator and reflection of who you are, right? So if I look to my 3D reality for confirmation or proof that I am this individual, then I won't have what I'm seeking to acquire, right? Because I'm not, again, being the person that has what I want. If you let the 3D define you, you're always going to be at a disadvantage. You're always going to be at the whim of these circumstances that fucking happen to you. If I let my emotions get attached to the outer world, then the outer world is always going to affect my internal stability, my nigga, my identity and how I perceive myself. So if you let outside circumstances control your perception of self and your identity, you will never actively be able to create your reality, gang. So when something doesn't go your way, don't start geeking out. Don't start tripping. Don't start wondering if you're doing something wrong or right, bro. Whatever you believe to be true from within, that is the true reality. Going back to my last 2 fucking videos, I was talking about how beliefs are subjective, meaning it's up to the individual to come to the conclusion of what they believe in their own life based off of what they fucking see and experience, my nigga. So all beliefs are subjective. You can choose whatever the fuck you want to believe. Why do you think we got so many fucking religions? Genuinely think about that shit. How do we know this religion is better than this religion? Or these niggas are more holy than these niggas? We don't fucking know. All of this shit is a fucking guess. So guess for your own life and guess for shit that work in your fucking favor. My nigga, we all walking through this bitch blind. Bro, we don't know what the fuck gonna happen tomorrow. I don't know what the fuck gonna happen in 30 minutes. I'm just winging this shit. Everybody winging this shit. We don't really know what the fuck going on in this motherfucker. We don't even know how we got here, nigga. So stop letting outside circumstances define what is true for you and your future. What is true for you as an individual. It can't. Only you can. Only your perception can alter your future or alter the future slide, my nigga. Only you can. You are selecting every single reality and experience you experience based off of your fucking perception. Bro, genuinely think about that shit. So I'm gonna end this shit off with talking point number 5. The end goal is to make your desired reality feel normal, right? Now I wanna talk about techniques real quick. Now, techniques are literally just tools. If you've been watching my content for a while, you know that for a fucking fact. Techniques are just tools. They're designed to help you. They're not some cheat code or some shit, nigga. They don't manifest for you. You are the one fucking manifesting, my nigga. So use the technique from the perspective that it is a tool. The tool is to help you normalize a particular identity or reality. You are the reality. You are your 3D circumstances. Your identity creates what's in front of you, right? Because your identity alters your perception, and your perception creates beliefs, and those beliefs create actions, right? So use visualization, affirmations, scripting. It don't fucking matter, but use it to normalize that identity or that version of yourself, what that version of yourself has. You're not doing the technique to wait, to check, to wonder if you're doing it right. You're doing the technique to become, bro. Understand that shit. Don't do the technique for 30 minutes and then the other 23 hours you walking in your fucking reality wondering where the fuck is it? You are already supposed to fucking know and expect that shit to happen. That's the whole point. Why walk through life not giving yourself the upper hand? What's the point of even living if you're not gonna do that shit your fucking self? Nobody gonna do that shit for you. Once something feels normal and familiar and you expect it to happen, you no longer have to wonder if you're doing something right. You no longer have to fucking check reality because there's nothing to fucking look for. The 3D can't offer you shit. It's only a reflection of who you are internally inside. So the process of you getting what you want out of life needs to look like this. You need to want something, believe it is able to happen, expect that it's going to happen, and then experience that fucking thing. You need to make manifestation a clear byproduct of who you already are. That's literally what it is. A lot of y'all got this shit way misconstrued. That manifestation is some cheat code, nigga. You are just consciously aligning yourself with the version of yourself that already has what you want. If I was trying to manifest being the #1 draft pick in the NBA, do you think I'm gonna just sit on my ass in my fucking apartment and not do the drills, not go to fucking practice because I'm trying to manifest? That sounds dumb as shit. I still gotta become a #1 draft pick worthy player. My mind is just making that shit way easier to fucking do though. Cause I know how my brain work. I know how my mind work. I know how this reality work. I know what's gonna happen because I'm aware of this shit. It's not left up to chance. I know what's gonna fucking happen. That's what you need. That's what you need to fucking do. Not some 5-5-5 technique and you just sitting on your ass waiting and shit for it to fucking happen. Are you retarded? No, you're not dumb, bro. Obviously, there's an action part to this shit, but we're just making this shit way easier to do because you know what's gonna happen now. 4-week roadmap and one-on-one coaching, link in bio.